Hello, my name is Curtis Nelson, and this is an overview of my homework assignment 2, the user edit testing for the Chrome installation procedure. My procedure, documentation procedure testing was completed with 2 users, a 56-year-old female and a 52-year-old male. The testers were not both present at the same time. My tester 1, 56-year-old female, she arrived and I explained that I needed her to identify all the issues with the procedure, to include any needed information that was missing, any badly worded or incorrectly worded instructions, as well as anything in the procedure that helped her that did not need correcting. Tester 1 began the procedure on my Mac behind me, using a hard copy of the procedure that we downloaded. After initially figuring out that that link wasn't going to work, Tester 1 immediately moved to Safari and began doing a search for the download. At this point, I had to point out to her or ask her whether she considered that inactive link an issue. I explained that she needed to document all the issues that she was having encountered in the procedure. At that point, she went ahead and completed the test in what I would call an adequate fashion. Not as detailed as I would have wanted, but I had to keep in mind that I may need to use her again and didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable. Nonetheless, the hard copy of her notes are contained with my assignment submission. My second user, tester 2, seemed to understand the instructions a little better. Not sure if I was a little more precise in those directions, but he did seem to make some better notes and identify more things with the test. A couple of things he did point out that I didn't get from my first tester was that when the Chrome did download, it came up with a graphic where you have to pull Chrome from the inside of this graphic down to the application folder in the graphic. Tester tried to pull it down to the actual applications folder. Now this is something that a Mac user would know, but he didn't know that. So that's something I think that should have been pointed out in the procedure. The other thing that he didn't seem to know, that there was an issue when you had to go and eject the installer in Finder. Finder was already open on my computer, and you actually had to go down and get it out of the dock for that window to open. Another thing that wasn't pointed out in the procedure, how to eject that. So I thought those were 2 things that were really good that he saw in the procedure and pointed out, along with the fact, of course, that the link didn't work initially. So overall, I think the test actually went pretty well, in the sense that it pointed out a couple of things to me. Not all the users are going to react the same to the instructions. You need to be prepared to coax them along a little bit, to try to get them into the flow of the test and make them comfortable. The other thing that I got out of it was that the test really can be performed anywhere. I felt really comfortable doing it here. It worked out really well, so I imagine you can do the test basically anywhere. So that's really my wrap up of the user edit testing that went on here. All of my the hard copies will be are in my submission. And thank you for your time.